I believe every place is a sacred place. Depends, each perception, each individual. But what I really protect is the spirit of all natures in the Comox Valley.
I would say every place, or the place, or the waterfront place, there's water. Yes, we have to protect those places for not to allow people bring the bad thing to there and doing something that might be maybe dangerous to others people.
For me, a sacred space isn't necessarily the space itself, but it's the emotion and the feeling that you get when you're in that space. And when I go down to Goosebet, especially I think about the summertime, there's this one magical evening every summer that if you manage to be on the spit, you can watch the moon rise, and you've got the islands in the background, you have the water, you have the moon rising, you have the sand, you've got people surrounding fires, usually in a really cozy atmosphere. You can see people kind of snuggling up and sharing intimate things. And to me, the feeling that all of that brings together is that connectedness of everything. So it's just a feeling when I'm there that it's all bigger than me, that I'm this little grain of sand in the whole scheme of things, but yet there's also that feeling of how important all those little grains of sand are.
If there was one place in the Comox Valley that I would really not want to see be ruined or changed in any way, it really made me think, because there are a lot of places in the valley that have a lot of meaning for me personally, and a lot of places that are really beautiful. But what really came up for me was that band of Gary oak trees that starts up on Mission Hill, it goes down through the Vanier School property and out a little ways out Headquarters Road, and it's the northernmost reach of the Gary Oaks.
To me, I think in Comox that would be probably the Northeast Woods. It's an area that people hold pretty dear and near to their hearts. It's a natural area, green space. Currently we're going through a community plan review, and there's another part of that, Northeast Woods, which the townsfolk have come out in great numbers to support us, hoping to acquire that from the province. So we'll be talking about it actually this week in a public meeting, and I think there'll be some really interesting dialogue there about what makes that place special. But it's one of those places that I think people can go and escape from the hubbub and scurry around of life, and walking with their dog, or going on a nice leisurely bike ride, summer, winter, fall, spring. It's one of those places that just a bit of an oasis, really.
Basically, in my tradition, it is very, very important that sacred land or sacred place, even we do ritual things. First is purification. Purification of what we call the Chinot Nangju is an external, internal, or external container, internal content.
So when you don't have the fish, then everything up the chain isn't nourished. And again, by sacred values, I would say that's physically nourished, but also spiritually nourished.
One place that I would say from development, something that would be very close to my heart, would be the water supply for the community, to keep it clean and not develop the lakeshore.
If I could protect one space in the Comox Valley from any further human intervention, it would be the estuary, which wouldn't be my first personal choice, but I've sought some wisdom from the community on this issue. And a high sacred value for me is the wisdom of the community and what's good for the collective will, as well as the plants, the animals, the land itself. And I have heard over and over again that the estuary is crucial to life here, and that the biodiversity is almost beyond compare and needs to be protected.
Encourage for people is just remember, wherever you live, whatever you do, always remember the environment to protect. That's the way then you become healthy.
And people, they don't mind, they dump the dirt onto the river. Do you want to drink the water like that? No, of course, right? And then the garbage, right? The garbage. The river should be running so smoothly, so beautifully, right? If everybody dump all the garbage onto the river, and then what would happen? It's blocked.
Water has been the main ingredient for the whole thing, from beginning to end. And so it's an important ingredient for us. It becomes part of us.
Awareness, be aware that if we are damaging, such as cutting the trees or polluting the airs or water, then try to reduce or be aware that if you damage or disturbing the spirit of the local or area, territory, then we, sooner or later, we affect for our health, our community.